experiencing a resurgence in popularity as oyster bars open up around New England. Marnie McLean has the story.
This is the Nonsuch River.
Abigail Carroll is taking us out to her farm. It's the last day of the harvest. Her crop, oysters. Carroll became an accidental oyster farmer in Scarborough, Maine 4 years ago.
Before this, I was trading stocks, and this is so much riskier.
It's been a steep learning curve, but the hard work is finally paying off. The baby oysters that started in the nursery a few years ago are now big enough to find their way to high-end restaurants in Boston and New York. The tide is just right for oyster farmers as consumer demand is growing. Across the country, oyster bars like the Eventide Oyster Company in Portland are seeing a big jump in customers. In a busy week, Eventide can go through 10,000 oysters.
I love the taste of the ocean. It's the closest thing you can get to the ocean.
Owner Andrew Taylor says the oyster is having a renaissance. People are discovering that much like wine grapes, oysters taste different depending on where they come from. Customers are refining their oyster palates.
People really like to pinpoint different, tasting notes.
The Nonsuch oyster that grows in the Scarborough Marsh has its own distinct flavor.
We have a sort of sweet, salty oyster, but I think our hallmark is really this grassy flavor.
Grass and hay from the marsh gets into the cages, plus the farm is located in a protected wildlife zone where the water quality is high.
I just think they're so beautiful.
Nonsuch is one of about 20 oyster farms in Maine. Like any farm, you are at the mercy of Mother Nature, predators, in this case mussels, and consumer demand for your crop. The good news for Maine's oyster farmers, that demand only seems to be getting bigger. In Scarborough, Maine, Marnie McLean, NECN.